move on to the next presenter, our delicate lady, Najwa Al-Arabi. Najwa Al-Arabi. Please make sure I spell your name correctly.
Yes, it's okay, Laribi, but it's okay.
Okay, so let me introduce you our guest speaker, Najwa. She's one of the young leaders of GBF, and she had decided to be a teacher. Okay, and she has already joined the TEFL training program in Rabat at Ticoso Academy, and she has proved to be a successful teacher and also an administrator and a leader within the foundation. So her leadership skills have made a place for among the GBF young leaders who strive for positive change and aim to build an inspiring vision. So besides teaching, Najwa is quite interested in the field of linguistics and languages, which has led her to volunteer as a young language partner. She has also participated in several international webinars, delivered presentations, and conducted workshops. So this is a nice portfolio in regards to her age. It means it will give her more opportunities to be a successful leader in education in the future. So today in her presentation, she's going to tackle the teaching moral values to AFL learners. And I wish you the best, dear Najwa. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Ali. So hello, everyone. Thank you, our lovely speakers, for staying with us. This shows how great and enthusiastic you are as teachers, of course. First of all, I would love to thank my colleague, Mr. Ali Bukko and Ms. Shayma Biltarshi for moderating today's conference. And also, I would love to express my gratitude to our big boss, Mr. Hussein Qasras, for his consistent support, and of course for organizing such international conference that I am really honored and delighted to take part in, alongside with experienced teachers and professionals in my field. And of course, I cannot pass without thanking our organizing committee of RABAT International Conference, namely Mariam Borwah, أسماء أبو الفرج, فتيحة مدولي, ناصر الدين المعتاوي, علي بكو, and myself, and of course our director and committee leader, Hussein Qasras. So I have been well introduced by our great moderators, Ms. Shayma and Ms. Ali, so there is no need. So now, please, Fatiha, can you help me with sharing the screen? Fatiha. Thank you so much. Would you please put it on full screen? Thank you so much, Fatiha. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, my title, or the title of my presentation, is Teaching Moral Values to AFL Learners. In my presentation, I'm going to tackle reasons why teachers must teach moral values alongside with the curriculum, and then I will shed light on some of the most crucial values that our students need to learn. All right, so now let's dive into it. Fatiha, would you please pass to the next slide? Thank you. So when most people think about a school curriculum, they think about math, science, social studies, and language courses. Seldom do I hear or read about moral values being part of educational curriculum in the modern day. Actually, indeed, many people think that the teacher's sole responsibility is to impart knowledge in the classroom or facilitate learning. But the truth is, this is only one of the teacher's responsibilities. Besides transmitting knowledge, The teacher is also responsible for developing moral values of students. Okay, it's even the most important duty. Therefore, as teachers, we owe to ask ourselves an important question. Why should we teach moral values to our learners? Morality actually has to address the why. Now, the most important thing that I have learned during the TEFL program is, as teachers, we have to start with why in order to find good reasons. Mr. Hussein Qasras taught me this, and I'm really thankful to him. This would take us to the next slide, in which we shall answer the question, why teach moral values to AFA learners? Of course, there are plenty of reasons, but I highlighted the most important ones, and the one comes on top of because parents are not teaching values to their children. Actually, the sad fact is that a lot of kids are not learning the difference between right and wrong from their parents. Some parents can only spend few hours with their children every week due to their busy work days or their busy schedule. In many families, there is only one parent present and no other role models for kids to follow. Some children don't have parents at all. So I believe this is a strong reason to teach them moral values and good virtues. We have the next reason, which is to prepare our children for their future roles in society. Now, it's really amazing the amount of math and science knowledge I have forgotten since my school days. I haven't, however, forgotten the moral lessons I learned in school. The acquisition of knowledge in school is only one goal of education. Okay. Another primary goal of education should be enabling students to gain moral values. Okay. So our children will need both the knowledge and the morality to prepare themselves to be good friends, good parents, good colleagues, good co-workers, and most importantly, good citizens in society. The next reason, which is to build a safe, peaceful, cooperative society, of course. Every day, students are exposed to violence, dishonesty, and other social problems in the media and in the real world as well. How many times have we heard about school shootings? How often are students caught cheating on exams? How often do we read about bullying in schools and fights between gangs? If moral values were actually taught in schools, perhaps we would have fewer of these problems, and thus we will be able to build a peaceful and safe society. Now, please, Tati, would you? Thank you. So here I have chosen 5 important and crucial values that our students must learn. So let's start with respect for others. Actually, respect for others should include respecting different religions, races, sexes, ideas, and lifestyles. When we lift those around us up instead of putting them down, we all have a better experience. It is really important for students to learn that, and actually to learn that their success will not be built on others' failures, right? And next, which is my favorite, unconditional love and kindness. In most cases, if we love someone, they will, if you love someone, they will love you back. This, however, is not the real meaning of love. Love should be unconditional. With more love in the world, kindness will follow and replace cruelty. It's crucial for students to learn that spreading love, not hate, will bring them happiness and success in their adulthood, of course. Then we have cooperation. To achieve a common goal, all people must work together. If this one is not done, a few people may profit, but everyone else will suffer. Okay? I still believe in the motto, united we stand and divided we fall. Healthy competition can help people to innovate, but to be truly successful as a society, we must cooperate first and foremost. Then we have hard work, which is important. Like nowadays, many students want to cheat and just cut corners in their studies because they are lazy and don't place any value on hard work. This thinking must change. Those who are truly successful know that the work they put into something largely determines what they get out of it. So if students learn to see hard work as an opportunity rather than obstacle, they will be far happier working toward their goals as adults. And finally, we have self-confidence. Students must feel them must feel about themselves and have self-confidence. Okay, they must feel good about themselves and they must have self-confidence. Here, the teacher can play a big part in developing students' self-esteem or self-confidence. The teacher can do this by showing concern and love for the student and by giving the learners attention and every opportunity to succeed. And especially by making them feel important to you as a teacher. So please, the next slide. So in short, I just tried to make like a quick presentation, for we are already behind schedule. So in short, neglecting to teach moral values alongside academic concepts in schools is hurting our students and causing problems in society. If a student does not learn moral values as they develop, how will they be able to discern the difference between right and good? Just bear in mind that teachers influence students' behavior. Okay, if a child observes his teachers to be truthful, honest, and self-confident, he or she will also observe and copy some of their virtues. Okay, so please just be their role model, shape their thinking, and most importantly, love them unconditionally. And always remember, be the change you want to see in the world. So by here, I have reached the end of my presentation. I hope it was beneficial, and I hope every teacher out there never neglects to do this ultimate duty, which is developing moral values to their learners. So thank you, everyone. And the floor is yours, Mr. Ali. Go.
Okay, can you
Thank
stop
you, Fatih,
sharing?
for sharing the floor.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation, in which you talked about the instilling the moral values in students. I do believe that talking about moral values have been talked about in Morocco for decades, and I still remember one of the national conferences which have been organized in Morocco. They talked about leadership and values in education, and many academics talked about instilling and promoting moral values in Moroccan textbooks, but instilling those moral values in actual practice, that's the problem, as you said. So I do,
Exactly.
and it is the job, and it is the job of everyone, not only the school, but also the parents, the streets, the associations, of instilling those moral values. And also, it should be addressed across many subjects, not only in English. So all subjects are required
Exactly.
to address the topic of moral values. Okay, very good job.
Exactly, Mr. Ali.
For the questions, dear Najwa, we will post them until the end of the session of the event.
Sure.
So we move to our second presenter, a very familiar face from Algeria, Mrs. Hind